Have you ever wondered what is the cloud? Well, don't worry, you're not alone. More and more people are using cloud services every day, but few really understand what it is that they're taking advantage of with these online services. In today's class, I'm going to explain what the cloud is, give you examples, and things to think about when using cloud-based services. Hi, my name is Mollie Bartelt, and I'm the co-founder of Pixology, and I teach people how to use their computers so that they can enjoy working with their digital pictures more. Today's class is, what is the cloud? Many of the clients I've met over the years have had a distrust of the cloud, but lately we're seeing more and more people use cloud-based services. So I want to explain a little bit about the cloud and give you some examples and some things to think about. So my general definition for the cloud is software and services that you access on the internet instead of your computer. So the cloud generally is accessed by going to a website. Okay, and that website is owned by somebody, some company, and that company owns servers located somewhere in the United States or somewhere around the world, and sometimes multiple locations. So those servers are where the data, the software, and all of the action is taking place. And the cloud is up here. Our computer is here. Our information from our computer goes up to the cloud and then down to those computers in the other locations owned by these companies. All right. So most of the time we are accessing the cloud through a website. Very often these websites have apps that work on the phone, the smartphones, and you can access them through apps on your phone as well. For now, let's focus on the websites. I'm going to call these cloud websites, and some of them store or manage data. Your backup services like Carbonite and Backblaze, those are an example of that. Dropbox and OneDrive and Amazon Drive, those are another example of cloud-based websites that store or manage your data, your files. Let's talk about Microsoft Office 365. This is an online package of services available through Microsoft, and it includes OneDrive, which is installed on your computer. So you save your files to your OneDrive, and then Microsoft uploads those to the OneDrive website, and they're stored over in that location. There's Microsoft servers, and we access it through the cloud. Some cloud websites run applications or run software. Think about TurboTax or other online tax services. If you filed your taxes with an online service, you were using a cloud-based application. QuickBooks Online is another example, and we talked about Microsoft OneDrive a moment ago, but Microsoft Office 365 allows people to do all of their editing and documents online. Another type of cloud website is that which delivers content or services. So if you're watching Netflix, Hulu, or CBS Access, I'm watching Survivor, a lot of it. People who use Yahoo or Gmail for their email, that's a cloud-based service as well. All your emails are up in the cloud. And Facebook even is a cloud-based service if you think about it. I mean, now we can actually call people using Facebook, so cloud-based service. So you can kind of see there's a lot of varieties of cloud websites and how they're used. Instead of accessing files and data from your computer, you're accessing it online, which is great. You can do this anywhere, anytime that you have internet access. So you have to be aware of that. If you store something completely online and you have no electricity and your battery died, you might be out of luck. So think about that. What kind of cloud-based services do you use? Would you list them in the comments below? I'm always curious to see what people are up to, especially with cloud-based services. Let's take an example of genealogy. So we're photo organizers at Pixology, and often genealogy comes into the mix because people are putting their family heritage together, and they will want documents to tell the story that their pictures have started. Ellis Island records. You can search for passenger records of your ancestors who immigrated to America. You don't have to log in, it's really awesome. Most cloud-based services nowadays do require you to register and then log in. Often you start off with the free access, and then the company wants to market more to you so that you purchase their services. For the instance of Ellis Island Records, that's completely public. For now, let's hope it stays that way. So let's take it to the next step. You want to know more about your family and their background. You might want to see the census documents from the early 1900s. So you're going to go over to Ancestry.com. Ancestry not only requires you to log in, you actually have to pay a subscription to access the records. But for many people, this is very valuable information. In addition, Ancestry allows you to build your family tree right in their website. In fact, those family trees can be shared with other people around the world, and often people find connections that they didn't have before. It really works well. So in that instance, Ancestry is not only holding data, it's running an application for you to build your family tree. So let's take it to the next level on genealogy. Ancestry will often send you hints for your family tree, and it can be a little bit overwhelming when you have all this data coming together, and sometimes it's not accurate because someone didn't put in a right date along the way. So Collectionaire takes it a step further. You can build your family tree and link to different places around the web that you have the important photos and documents. It acts as a hub that brings everything together in one app. So Collectionaire is really neat because it allows you to pull all of your family information and photos to one place, and you can see it in the format of a family tree. Now, speaking of pictures, we should talk about cloud-based photo storage. These are websites that are specifically designed for photos. Cloud-based photo storage includes places like Shutterfly, Amazon Photos and there's Google Photos and Snapfish. Often you can store your pictures there as well as create, photo books and whatnot. As far as cloud photo storage goes, at Pixology, we recommend Forever because it's private, and the company guarantees to migrate your pictures and videos and documents to the newest technology for the next 100 years. If you want more information about Forever, just see the information below. So here's a couple things to think about when using cloud services. You have to consider the security of the account. You really want to be sure that your files and data, photos are safe. Your personal information is safe. Remember we talked about the free ones? Well, if they're free, especially if you've logged in, often you're the product. They will be marketing to you, which is totally fine. If we accept that, when we register to take advantage of a free cloud service, that's great. So let's just take Google for example. We talk a lot about Google because it's an easy place for photos to be backed up to. But imagine what Google learns from you by the pictures that you take, especially in this day and age where we take a picture of anything that we think we might buy at the store or be interested in. Google admits in its user agreement that it is analyzing your data. So it's just food for thought. So anything that is free, you have to wonder, what is that company getting out of it? Also, cloud services, the terms can change at any time, and you might not even be aware of it because who reads all the fine print of all this stuff? We saw Sam's Club go down, and people who had stored their pictures with Sam's Club because they had their pictures printed there couldn't access those photos for a long time. I remember back in the 2000s, old photo is what I had my pictures printed through. I think it was Kodak's version of online prints for pictures. They went out of business, and those pictures, you had a minute amount of time to get a DVD back from them with all of the images on it. These companies come and go. Even Shutterfly, you can search, and often that company comes up for consideration for being sold, and now I think they're combined with Snapfish. So you can't rely on those services to keep your files safe and in the order that you had them, or even to be able to download the files easily from them when you need them, especially if you've stored thousands and thousands of pictures. So those terms can change. And the last thing with cloud storage is they come and go. Even picture sites, PhotoBucket is one. We saw one with Creative Memories, and others that are out there, they disappear. So think about that when you're choosing cloud services. So the last thing I would say is use as few cloud service for storage as possible. If you've got pictures in Amazon Drive and OneDrive and you used an iPhone for a while, you need to start consolidating those pictures. And we'll have classes on that in the future. So I hope you found this interesting and you learned a few things about the cloud. And if you want to be alerted on future classes that we offer, please hit subscribe and you'll be notified. And if you have any questions that I didn't answer, hit the comments below and post them, and I'll try to answer them there. Thank you much. Until next time.